Hello everyone, my name is Emily. I am a fourth year student at the University of Iowa, and today I have a Q&A style video for you with questions from you. So about a month ago, I posted this on the University of Iowa Instagram story and asked for your questions, and you delivered. So today I'm going to sit here in front of the beautiful holiday tree and answer your questions about life at the University of Iowa. So since I got a bunch of different questions about different things, I decided to categorize them into 3 different categories. First category being University of Iowa as a whole, classes, school, things like that. Second category, Iowa City, so life in Iowa City outside of school. And then third, nursing. So I got a lot of questions about the nursing program, which I'm super excited about. And then I'll have a fun random one at the end because there are some that don't fit into a category. So let's dive into the first category questions, University of Iowa as a whole. Okay, first question, I'll put it up right here. Are most classes taught by professors or by grad students? Great question. Mix of both. Hey everyone, sorry to jump in so soon, but my phone cut out the answer completely to this question. I don't know how, but I wanted to answer it for you all because it seems really important. So why I said mix of both was, in my experience, my bigger lecture classes are taught by professors. So your sciences, your core classes for like everyone who's in school basically are taught by professors, those big classic lecture hall classes. I will say I've also had smaller classes of like 20 to 30 taught by professors as well. But in accompaniment to those big lecture halls, in my experience, you have a discussion class that goes with it, and that's usually taught by a grad student or like a teacher's assistant who's in grad school. So I would say it's a healthy mix of both, but you're getting instruction from 2 awesome people, whether or not they are a professor or a grad student. The grad students in the smaller discussions can really help you dive deeper into material that was covered in the lecture, and a professor is going to have such great knowledge. You can go to their office hours. So either way, you're being taught by wonderful people, but that is a mix of both here at the University of Iowa. All right, for this next question, it's kind of a 2-for-1. The first question is, what is your favorite part about college? And the second part is, do you like DM? And I put these together because University of Iowa Dance Marathon DM has been my absolute favorite part of my time here at the University of Iowa. Okay, it's me again. I know I just saw you all, but I think my phone deleted some things when I ran out of storage, but this should be the last time I cut in like this. But I did need to finish my sentence about UIDM because I am so passionate about it and I could not let that be deleted. But, like I was saying, UIDM is the largest student-run organization on campus, and what we do is we fundraise year-long for kids fighting cancer at Stead Family Children's Hospital, which is the kids we wave to at the game, if you know what I'm talking about. I'll talk about more later if you don't, but we fundraise year-long to give these kids special events, help them while they're inpatient with their treatment with cancer, and support their whole family throughout the process, and we recruit student dancers to be part of this event, and what happens in February is the whole year culminates in a 24-hour dance marathon where students pile into the Memorial Union, and we don't sit, we don't drink caffeine, and we don't sleep for 24 hours to honor the children who are fighting cancer in the state of Iowa and beyond. So I am so passionate about this. I've been in leadership for 2 years now, and it's shaped who I am as a Hawkeye and as a person in general. So I wanted to share more about it because I highly encourage you, if you come to the University of Iowa, to check out UIDM because it will change your life. Okay, hopefully I don't cut in like this for the rest of the video. Okay, this next question's super sweet. It's, as a first-year student, what advice would you give to them? And I love this question because I wish someone would have told me this when I was going into my first year at college, and it's simply, take all the opportunities you can and stop worrying. As a first year in your first 3 months on campus, there's going to be so much going on, and my best advice is to just take advantage of everything and dive right in. Go to those club meetings you maybe thought you were interested in and join one. You'll meet new people, talk to people, make friends on your floor, join clubs, join sports teams. There are so many things on campus to do, and there's always something happening, and so if you want to look for something, you can find it. So just taking those opportunities in the beginning of the year, especially the On Iowa program, I'll plug it. I was a On Iowa volunteer for 2 years, and I loved helping new students find their way and come into the Iowa family. So taking advantage of those really fun student-run opportunities is a great way to meet new people your first few months on campus and enjoy the Iowa life. So that's my advice to first years. It's to take all the opportunities you can and don't worry about all the little things because you're gonna miss those first few months once you're almost graduating, like me. All right, this next question is a super important one. It's, how is campus security? Is the campus a safe place to be? This is a great question because campus is large and it is part of a city too. Iowa City is right on campus as well, so being safe is your top priority, and there are a lot of university run programs that help keep students safe, and the one that I want to highlight the most is Night Ride. Night Ride is a university and student run car service that runs, I'll put the times up here because I'm actually not sure, but it runs well into the night. So if you miss a bus, if you can't get home from somewhere, you call a Night Ride using the Hawk Tools app, or there's a number on the back of your ID and you can call them and you can order yourself a Night Ride. It's completely free, or if you want to pay $1, you can have rushed service, which I've used a lot of times. And if you just want to go somewhere and the bus isn't running at that time, or if you have no other way of getting there, Night Ride is a super awesome and safe student run service, and it's really awesome that the university provides that for students. All right, we'll end the University of Iowa as a whole section with this question. Dorm list you actually need to buy for a boy. I'm not a boy, so I'm just gonna rapid fire off the top of my head what anyone would need when they live in the dorm. Okay, here we go. Shower shoes, shower caddy, a fan to help block out noise, a nice lamp because sometimes the overhead lighting can be pretty harsh. You need some things from home to remind you of home. You need a rug to put in your room. You need like those power strips to plug in electronics to because there's not that many outlets in the dorm rooms. Closet organizers for your shoes. I'll put a picture of the one I had. Lastly, rapid fire, you need a good raincoat. Those are like your essentials. I know there's a billion other things, but that's what I could think of off the top of my head as what anyone would need if they live in a dorm. All right, we're on to the next category, Iowa City. Okay, first question. Is there any good stir fry in the area? This could kind of go into the other category too, because I think the best stir fry is at the Iowa Memorial Union River Room Cafe. This is on campus. It's an on-campus location and it's run by students, but it is awesome. On Mondays and Tuesdays, they have stir fry where you can pick your vegetables, pick your meat, pick your toppings, and they make it to order right there. And there's really good sauce and a bunch of sides you can get with it. And it's also a flex meal, which I've actually done a whole video about if you want to check out what a flex meal is. If you're like, what is that? I made a whole video about it, so you can check it out on this channel. But yeah, I think the best stir fry in Iowa City is at home on the University of Iowa campus. Okay, so this next question, I feel like there was a typo, so I'm going to correct it with the way that I think it is. And if it's not that, I'm sorry if you asked this question, but I think it might be helpful for everyone. Do you feel the Iowa CAM bus has easy access to everywhere on campus? So if you don't know, the CAM bus is the student-run bus system that is free for students and everyone in the community. And it basically takes you everywhere you need to go on campus. The CAM bus also goes to Coralville if you want to go out there. There's a parking lot there for students. So CAM bus really does cover all you need to go. All right, we're on to our third category, nursing in Iowa. All right, first question, is it a good program? Yes, it is. The University of Iowa College of Nursing was recently ranked number 4 in the nation. And if you count for just public schools, we're number 1. We are the number 1 public nursing school in the nation, and that is a huge honor, and I'm so grateful to be here. Can you share info on the direct admit requirements on the nursing program? Sure, and let me first explain what that is. So there are 2 models of admission at the University of Iowa Nursing, and the first one is direct admission, which I was a part of, which basically means you come into the University of Iowa after high school as a member of the College of Nursing. The day you step on campus, that is the college you're a part of, and you start taking classes right away in the College of Nursing, and you are directly admitted, basically. The other model is standard admission, and this is where you come to the College of Nursing as a junior. You apply as a sophomore, and if you get in, that means that you stay junior, senior year, and an extra semester, so you graduate in December. It's the same exact curriculum, you just stay an extra semester, and you are admitted to the College of Nursing as a sophomore, if that makes sense. So back to the original question, here are the requirements for eligibility for the direct admit program. I'm reading them off my computer because I don't have them memorized. Here we go. You need a 3.8 or higher cumulative high school GPA, weighted or unweighted, 4 years of English, 1 year of biology, 1 year of chemistry, 1 year of physics, 1 year of algebra 2 and geometry. You need 3 years of social studies and minimum second level proficiency in a language. You'll also be able to find a lot of this information online. If you just Googled Iowa Nursing, you'll find all of this info and more. Okay, next question. Do extracurricular activities matter for the nursing program application? It was super scary when I was applying when I was in high school, and I know it's super scary if you're applying in college too, but here's what I'll say. It is a holistic application, meaning that people who are reviewing your application look at everything you submit, and it's not just grades, it's not just your essays, and it's not just your extracurriculars. So it's not just one thing, but your extracurriculars will be on your application. I remember putting all of mine down and explaining like why they were important to me and things kind of like that. So just showcasing who you are through your extracurriculars, if you have any, is going to help you on your application, but also your grades and your personal essays that you have to write will also be taken into account. Okay, next question. What has been your favorite memory in nursing school so far? Awesome question. I have had 3 wonderful semesters of nursing school. I can't believe I'm in my last one starting in a few weeks. My favorite nursing school memory is probably just a few short weeks ago, where my instructors on one day of our pediatric clinical rotation brought us up to the helicopter pad on the very top of the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, and we got to look at a helicopter and sit in it and learn from flight nurses who their job was to transport people from hospital to hospital. It was super cool to apply what we're learning to a real life setting in this super cool helicopter experience. It was awesome. Okay, next question is, how selective is Iowa nursing? So just objectively, each cohort of students has 80 people. So this is every year there's a direct admit class and a standard admission class. So each of those cohorts has 80 people. So more than 80 people apply, obviously, and only 80 are chosen. So I would say it's a pretty selective program, but there's 2 different cohorts. So you have 2 different chances of getting in, and that's what makes Iowa so great. Okay, next question. What made you choose nursing as a major? This is a wonderful question, and I have to think of a new response every time because there's just new ways that I love the career of nursing, and I'm so excited to almost be a nurse in a few short months, which is crazy. But I chose nursing as a major because I love the science of it all. I love learning about medications and disease processes and pathology and all of that wonderful sciencey jazz. And I also love the art of nursing, as I like to call it. There's a lot of communication that goes into it. There's a lot of empathy and kindness and being there for patients on their hardest days. And I think being a nurse is a privilege, and being able to be there for people when they're going through something like an illness is really special and important. And there's also a bajillion things you can do with nursing. There's not one path you can stick down. You can do anything basically with a nursing degree, and I really love that flexibility too. Okay, this next question's kind of loaded, but what are some tips for getting into the nursing program? Like I said, the application is reviewed by a panel of people, and it is holistic, meaning they look at everything that you submit equally. And I would say the number one thing you can do to set yourself apart is to truly be yourself in your personal essay questions, in your extracurriculars, and everything that you're submitting. Just truly showcase who you are. Another part of it is showcasing that you understand what a nurse is and how they fit into the healthcare world, because that shows that you've done your research and shows that you're passionate about the career and are willing to learn more about it and become an awesome nurse, because I was looking for people who are going to be kind, passionate, and competent nurses. So showing that you already understand that from the get-go is going to set you apart and make you not only a better nurse, but a better human. So I would say showcasing who you truly are and showcasing you understand what a nurse is and what they do is really special, and it's going to set you apart in your application. Okay, next question could be for nursing or just school in general. So I guess it could go into kind of all of these categories. It's how many classes do you have in a day? So what I'm going to do while I'm talking is put all my schedules from my different semesters on the screen so you can see how many classes I've had. In my first 2 years of school at Iowa, I was a part of the College of Nursing, but I also took classes in different colleges. So I took classes like rhetoric and history classes. I took math. I took a bunch of these classes. I took a lot of global health classes because I ended up minoring in global health studies. So here are all my schedules. So I would say it's normal to have 2 to 4 classes in one day. As you can see throughout these schedules, everything's a little bit different, and I had different amount of classes every semester. All right, next question about nursing. What's your favorite nursing class and why? I have loved a lot of my classes in nursing school, but I think a few of my favorites were pharmacology. I absolutely loved learning in that class. My professor was amazing, and I like learning about how the medications treat different parts of your body and how the sciencey part of it all works. I think it's really interesting and how it applies to real life scenarios in your clinicals in nursing school. So I really loved pharmacology. And as far as clinical rotations go, I just finished up my pediatrics clinical rotation and I absolutely loved it. I think taking care of children is super interesting and special because their bodies function differently and everything is different than the adult world. So learning about that has been really awesome and has pushed me to pursue a career in pediatrics. So I've really enjoyed that class and that clinical rotation as well. All right, everyone, that is the last of my nursing questions, but I see that there's a couple more that don't really fit into a category, so I'm gonna do some rapid fire questions so we can have everyone's questions answered. I'm gonna get up closer for this so I can read right off my computer and we can do rapid fire questions. First one, is there a sports medicine program? Is it good? Can we work sports of choice? I had no idea that Iowa had a sports medicine program, but we do. We have a Master of Science in Athletic Training. So that means it's not an undergraduate degree, so you get your degree in something else, probably health sciences or kinesiology or biology or anything like that. And then you apply to the Carver College of Medicine for this Master of Science in Athletic Training program. So I found this program overview online. I'll put the picture up right now, and this will give you a more in-depth answer to your question because I'm not a part of this program, so I can't speak to it as well as I could nursing. Okay, next question. How much is the tuition? A very important part of choosing a college is figuring out how your finances are going to work. So I'm just gonna put up a screenshot of what Iowa says the tuition is because it might be different for if you're a resident of Iowa or a non-resident. And I will say that while this number can be daunting, the University of Iowa covers a lot of scholarships and you can apply to a lot of scholarships, and there's a lot of need-based aid and merit-based aid. So the University of Iowa does a great job of making college more affordable with those scholarships. This one was just nice, so I thought I'd put it in. How do I de-stress during finals week? Good question. We just had one a few weeks ago, winter break finals. They can get pretty intense, so balancing your hard study time with fun activities is really important. It's going to help you not burn out. So as long as I spend a good chunk of time at the library or studying somewhere else, I can take some time off and do something fun, watch a movie, go on a walk, go to the gym, see my friends, go to a club, blah, blah, blah. Just finding yourself something to do that isn't studying during those really hard weeks is really important. And I would say something that helps me de-stress is to plan ahead. So I'll have a whole study schedule a week or two before I have to start studying, so I know what my plan is and I'm not overwhelmed once the time comes to start studying. What's your favorite part about being a Hawkeye? The first thing that comes to mind, kind of rapid fire, is doing the wave at Hawkeye football games. It is so special. If you don't know, University of Iowa football games, after the first quarter, we all stand up and everyone in that stadium, if you're cheering for the Hawks or if you're cheering for another team, you look up at the Stead Family Children's Hospital and you wave to the kiddos who are in there inpatient. It's super special. It makes me cry every time. It's on TV. It's just an epic tradition, and I'm so happy to be part of it every time. Next question. As a minority student, are there any clubs that I should join? Yes. I am not myself a minority student, but I know many people who are, and I know that there are so many clubs on campus that cater to minority students and make them feel like they're on home. If you just Google, I'm gonna do it right now. If you just Google U Iowa clubs. Let's see. Click something on here. We're gonna scroll down and boom, I found a list. So you can find a club that caters to basically everything. And here it is. So yes, I would say that there's a club for everyone on campus. This next one's super silly. Does touching the brain rock really give you luck? Great question. If you don't know what I'm talking about, there is a rock on the walkway in the middle of campus that looks like a brain. I'll put a picture right here. And there's a rumor or like a myth or a old legend that touching it gives you luck. I don't know if that's necessarily true, and I would probably advise against touching the rock because everyone does touch it and it can be kind of gross, but giving it a good mental touch might help you on an exam. I don't know. All right, everyone, that seems to be all the questions from the Instagram story. If I didn't answer yours directly, I probably answered it in a different question, so that's why you might not have seen your exact name or question on the screen, but I hope I've answered all of your questions, and if you have more, you can go ahead and comment those below, or Instagram DM me. I'm EmilyThomas13. I would love to talk to you more about Iowa because I love it so much. And if you have any suggestions for my next videos, I would love to see a comment in below suggesting those, and I would love to do a video about it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.